It's the Deep for the Week talk show. Are you ready to talk? Let's get deep for the week.
Hey, I am back. I missed you guys. It is the Deep for the Week show, and it is your host, Kali. I'm going to be a little rusty because it's been a while. I missed you guys, and I hope you guys missed me too. And I know you did. Some of you have been asking, where's your show? Where's your updates? Where are you? Okay, I had a couple things going on. I just want to update you guys on me. I've cut my hair since I left. You know what that means. I ain't taking no more shit. I didn't. Okay. And what else? I've moved. I've just had a lot going on. So I've been off the mic for a while, but I am back. So let's get deep, y'all, and be deep, y'all. And before we get started, I'm going to ask you to like, subscribe, share, comment below, follow wherever you are, do all those things, and I'd appreciate it. And I am so glad to see you all, and I hope you guys are glad to see me back too as well. So let's get deep, y'all. Now, I wanted to talk about this. I've been dying to talk about this. I've had to get on the mic because I'm just like, what's really going on? And some of you may agree with me, some of you guys may not. Some of you guys may not like this show at all, but it's time to talk about it because it is just time to talk about it. I want to talk about immigration. This show is about immigration. So let's get deep, y'all. Let's get real freaking deep. Okay. So deep, but we might lose some friends today, but it's okay. First of all, before I get started, I'm sure you guys have all heard about the guy that was recently killed in LA County, Monrovia, California. The guy, I think his name was something like Emmanuel or something like that. I'm not sure what his name was. I didn't really care to write his name down. Like, not that I don't care, but I just know that there was a middle-aged Hispanic male that was standing in front of Home Depot to, that's what they do in California area and all of California. The Hispanics that are day laborers, that do construction, that build brick, that do all that, all that good stuff. They stand in front of Home Depot and hope that they can get work every day, like from people that are going to buy products or that may need, they just drive up and ask, get in the car, we'll take you to, what can you do? Okay, come on, let's go. So that's something that they do, and I wish they had that here because when I bought my rehab, man, I needed y'all. But anyhow, so that's what they do in LA. They stand out in front of Home Depots and Lowe's and any type of hardware store so they can be day laborers, right? So immigration clearly pulled up to the Home Depot in Monrovia, California, where I'm from, in Los Angeles County. I had to put my shirt on, represent. Okay. And this guy runs. Now, the Home Depot that is located in Monrovia, California, which is where I'm from. I am from Monrovia, represent. I love my city, but I had to get out of there because I needed to grow. Some of you need to get out of there so you can grow. And plus, it's a very expensive place to live. It's a beautiful city along the Foothill Mountains in LA County, and it's gorgeous. I mean, you have all types of wildlife. You can drive 2 miles up north in the city, and you'll be near waterfalls, bears, mountain lions, everything and you can see the ocean. You're so high up. It's beautiful. Monrovia is one of the best places to live in LA County. And I'm not just saying that because I'm from there. It's a beautiful city. It's more like a town anyways. Everyone knows, everybody. It's a great place to live. Okay. A lot of presidents have been there. They've gotten, what is that thing called where you get like the award for being one of the best cities in the country? They get all that shit, right? It's a great place to live. But it's also not so far from LA. So like a lot of people that are migrating from these other countries that stop in LA and then start in LA, they migrate out to Monrovia. It's a very quiet place to hide. So there's a huge Hispanic community there. I grew up before we get any further. I have Hispanic, Mexican, whatever you like to call them, whatever you refer yourself to. I have friends from kindergarten, preschool. So I'm not racist. Let's just start with that. I'm not racist, nor am I biased, but I do think things should be done the right way. I don't give a damn what the situation is. Okay. And so immigration comes to Home Depot where they know they're going to make a number. They know they're going to gather some people. They know they're going to find some immigrants. And this guy runs into the 210 freeway and he is hit by a car and he is murdered. And now we have a bunch of people protesting in Monrovia. And it was already going on in LA on the freeways, on some of the major streets, stopping and blocking traffic and stopping a normal day for most people because they're trying to prove a point, right? Well, again, I want to express my condolences to his family and to anyone that may know them or that was affected by his death. Okay, I don't think that anyone should lose their life due to what we're going through politically. But again, he did not have to run onto the freeway. He could have ran straight down Central or Evergreen. Because I'm from there. Okay, so I know exactly where he was. He had Central Avenue to run down. He had Evergreen Avenue to run down. He had Mountain Avenue to run up or down. He chose to get on the freeway thinking they would stop their pursuit. And he put, and I feel sorry for him, but I don't not only feel sorry for him. Let's think about the person that hit him, that has these nightmares every day because they hit this Hispanic guy that was running from immigration. Okay? I know as fucked up as it sounds, I feel more sorry for that person than I do him. I mean, with everything going on, you guys really shouldn't be at Home Depot trying to get work no more. Anyway, I mean, common sense is immigration's finna pull up. If I was immigration and I had a quota, if I got money for every head or whatever, I don't know how they doing it, but I'm definitely gonna pull up to Home Depot because I know y'all out there. And then I might go to Ranch Market. I mean, you got to be from my city to know what I'm talking about, okay? You got to be from LA County, Monrovia, Pasadena, Azusa, them areas to know what I'm talking about, okay? So I feel bad for his family and everyone that was affected by it. But I do want to say that everybody have choices, okay? And he had a choice. He could have ran south. He could have ran west. He could have ran east. He chose to run his ass up a freeway ramp and onto the freeway and get hit. So I don't know how to feel about that, but I think you guys need to make better decisions about what you protest about because that's not really something that come on. Okay. And another thing, I just want to say this, like in my previous interviews, I interviewed a young man that was shot by a Hispanic gang member, right? And he mentioned that he knew that gang member from like elementary school, and that dude knew he was, was shooting someone that he knew. He stood over him and he looked eye to eye, and they were, and he was like, for real, and he still did what he had to do because it was gang related, right? And so I just think that, like, I'm not trying to stir up shit. I'm not trying to make you guys be one-sided or against anything, but I just think that when it comes to, like, I could see Caucasian people out there protesting for the Hispanics, but I'm kind of confused on why the African Americans in LA County are out there protesting for Hispanics. And I'm gonna say this again. One of my best friends is Hispanic, okay? And another one of my best friends that I've known since second grade, he's a male. I won't say he's a best friend, but he's a good friend. And he's a male Hispanic, and he's against all this shit. He thinks that y'all should come in legally and do it the right way. Okay, and so am I. But I want to say, I'm confused on why. I can understand why every other race is out there other than my race. Even though I have like Hispanic friends, I can go to their house for sequencetas, whatever. I'm probably saying it wrong. Whatever day, Cinco de Mayo, I'm at the spot. I'm there. I'm invited, and I show up. Baby showers, weddings, sequencetas, all that shit. And my babysitter was Hispanic from kindergarten all the way up till I could watch myself. And she never spoke a word of English. So when I say I have a strong, love for Hispanics, and I know like real Hispanics, okay, this has nothing to do with racism or bias. It's just what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. It has everything to do with that, okay? And again, I want to say to my people from Monrovia, Pasadena, Azusa, in that LA County period, do you not remember just a few months back that you could not walk around in El Monte, Azusa, Irwindale, Highland Park, El Monte because the Hispanics would shoot you if you was black. So to see us out there protesting for them to stay here with that bullshit that they be doing, it's like, do y'all have Munchausen syndrome or something? I don't know. But I just want to know what's the motive, because I just remember them not hiring us. I just remember them not letting us live in neighborhoods that are on the only neighborhoods we knew. We were getting shot out and kicked out of them through due to their racism, due to their violence. And now we are protesting and fighting for them to stay so they can do the same thing. When they open restaurants, they do not hire us. When they open stores, they do not hire us. They follow us around the stores. They think we're the main ones stealing. You know. And so I just want you guys to think about who you're protesting for. And I've known so many young African American men that were shot, including my brother. I've interviewed one. You can check that out. I'll repost that soon. That was actually shot by the Hispanics. And he's not racist by far still, because his wife is Hispanic and his 2 kids are mixed with it. It didn't affect him to that level to become racist, but it affected him to where he's still handicapped today. He is in a wheelchair today by someone that he knew from a school, like he went to school with and everything, but he chose to be in Hispanic gang, and it was part of his initiation to shoot a nigga. And he did it, even though he knew that nigga he was shooting. So, with that being said, when I see like when I'm watching CNN and all the news channels and they're showing them like in these prisons in other countries, and we're over here, oh, that is inhumane, and that is what? I don't know. You know, I think like if you want to come here, you want to live here, just like we would have to do if we go to their country. You can't go to any other country and be like, I have rights. I want free welfare. I want you. What the fuck? We can't do that nowhere else. And so, with that being said, if you do want to come here and do it all on your own. Don't expect no welfare. Don't expect no WIC. Don't expect no welfare. Don't expect no Section 8. Don't expect no low income housing. Don't expect shit. Get it from the ground up. Because, I mean, I'm going to tell you now, I applied for welfare and food stamps through the COVID, through all kind of times when I couldn't work. Okay. And they still told my black ass that's a citizen right here and here. No. So, like, yeah, no. And the reason why is because the funding is low because they're giving it to people like them. And so I just want you guys to ask yourself again, why are y'all going so hard for them? And why does black people go so hard for every race but their own? I mean, when is this going to stop? When is it going to stop? I'm telling you now, if they was kicking us all out and telling us we all got to go back to Africa, the Hispanics would not be protesting for us to stay. I don't give a fuck what you say. Comment below if you feel different. Okay. But we already know this. Like, I mean, we know this. And like, you got to be from an area where you're raised around Hispanics and it was once predominantly black and white. And then they came in and took over. Then you know what I'm saying. But if not, then you're probably like, oh, we shall overcome on some Martin Luther King shit, you know. And I'm not on that. Even if I was born then, I wouldn't be on that. You mean you finna cry and pray for help when they shooting and killing? I'm finna shoot and kill for help. The fuck you mean? Like, you know, so I'm glad I was born now because I'm not like y'all. I don't have what y'all have in y'all. I'm a different type of nigga. Okay. So what I'm saying is there's nowhere you can go in this country or outside of this country. Europeans can't do it. Africans can't do it. But for some reason, Hispanics can come into our country and claim this was once their country. We fought for it. Whatever the hell happened, it happened. It's not your country anymore. Okay. You got to go through like what you got to go through to get it back. And you probably can't win that war. It's not your country no more. You know what I'm saying? But we're still letting them have rights and I don't know, more resources than some people I know that, should be getting, that are born and raised here, that should be getting. So I just feel this type of way. And I really feel this way, like with any race though. If you're Asian, if you're Chinese, you're Indian, and you're coming over here illegally, I feel the same way about you too. I really do. And I feel the same way about your establishments in our hoods. I want you guys to recognize that they do not open their businesses in upper class white neighborhoods. They open their businesses in our neighborhood. If you ever go to the suburbs, the liquor stores are owned by white people most of the time. Older white men, maybe Italian, or like, it's not Chinese people, it's not Mexican, it's not Arabs. Every now and then. I mean, for where I'm from. Okay. And even here in Michigan, I happen to see that sometimes too. But in our neighborhoods, it's Chinese, Arabs, and they do not fuck with us. Like, and I know on a level of a different level than y'all because I get close to them. I dance for them. They come to the club, they tip me, and they get comfortable with me, and they tell me you're different than the people like you. Oh, what do you mean by that? I'm not stupid. But, no, and I'm not saying black people are stupid, but there's a lot of uneducated black people, so they're easily manipulated, and you guys are easily manipulated, and your emotions are easily triggered. You guys fight for the wrong things. It's time for you to fight for your own rights. Like, they're killing you guys. They're killing your children. They're kidnapping your kids. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're jailing your children for little bitty things. But you guys are fighting for another race to stay here that don't even fucking like you. So again, you know, I want to know where this energy comes from. I want to have some of you African American people on that are downtown LA on the freeways, stopping traffic and all this shit. I want to have some of you on the show, and I want you to tell me why you feel it's necessary for you to stand up for them. For you to stand up for them to do things that are not legal. You couldn't do it. Half the shit they do in your country, you cannot do. You cannot, you know, let's just go over it. In LA, they'll say you can only have 5 people on the lease. They'll have 14 people in one house. They will never kick them out, but let 15 niggas be in one house. Y'all getting evicted. Okay? I mean, let's just be real. This is stuff that we need to talk about. We need to touch up on. This is your country. Okay? And then you don't have the same rights though. So I just want to, like I said, I don't care if it's Asians, Chinese, Indians, whatever race it is, they need to do it legally. You come here on a work visa. Maybe you get, you go through the process and maybe you get married or you get approved to be here through your work visa, but you don't just to come over here. We cannot go to their country, buy land without permission, open a business without permission, establish any fucking thing without permission. So for us to feel like they should do that and then we fund it, and then they come here and tell us what they ain't gonna do. What? I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Yes, I'm that black girl that loves everything Trump got to say right now. Everything. Because I believe, like, I had a strict parent. Like, was no sugarcoat, nothing. She talked like Trump everywhere she went. And guess what? White people loved her ass. And that's why she rich now. Okay, let me tell you, white men, I'm just say that. But anyways, I just was raised around smart people, fair people, people that had common sense, people that understand why things go wrong and why you need to do things right. And a lot of my people don't, just because we've been fucked up for so long. Like, we have to be re-established, re-educated, every fucking thing. Re-released. Some of us need to be locked up and then re-released. I said it. Because I just don't understand, like, y'all logic and in your train of thought and like what you just a few months back before you guys start doing all this protesting, some of you cannot again even walk the streets of El Monte, Azusa, Duarte, Irwindale, Highland Park, and a lot of Los Angeles. How does another race get to come to your country, take over into the point where you feel like you cannot go down certain streets without being murdered because their race lives there? They, no, no, no. And I will say this too. Every one of the races I've named, Asians, Chinese, Indians, when they all come here, they establish their businesses in our communities. A majority of their businesses, their hotels, the Indians, all their hotels, or most of them are in our communities. The Chinese, all their beauty supply stores are in our community. First of all, white people don't use all that shit, so they put it in our communities. Okay, Grease, jail, bop, and all this shit. It's in our communities. Okay, and Asians the same thing. Most of they little mom and pop Chinese places, where they at? In our communities. Do you ever see yourself working there? Have you ever tried to get a job there? Oh no, not hiring. Oh fuck. Like quick to tell you they're not hiring, okay? Have you ever seen a black person working at an Indian hotel? How about at a beauty supply where you buy your grease, your edge control, your spray? I mean, I can give you plenty of stories. Like, let's go back to like, remember Tupac mentioned Latasha Harden was shot by the Asian woman because she thought that she stole a bottle of orange juice. 16-year-old, I think she was 16-year-old girl, she's murdered over her thinking that she had a bottle of orange juice. So, like, I just want to remind you how they treat us. They know, first of all, they know they can't treat white people like that. White people don't even go for that shit. They come back and shoot that shit up. They come back and get that shit closed down. They come back and get that shit kicked out their community. Their whole family, their whole what? But we allow that, and then we go back and shop. People still shopped at that goddamn place that girl shot Latasha Harvin at. Tupac made a whole song about it. Everybody was known. It was public news. It was on Channel 4 news, and everybody still shops at that liquor store. I bet you that liquor store is still open now, and I bet you it's still Asian owned. And people still go buy their fifths and their blunts and everything from there. I'm not promoting racism or for you to be biased. I'm promoting you to be a little bit more wise. Who you're protesting for, who you're getting, mace sprayed in your face for, who you're getting gas sprayed, all this shit that y'all going through, rubber bullets and all this shit that y'all going through. They would not do it for you. I mean, when Rodney King got beat up, how many motherfucking Asians did you see out there? How many Hispanics did you see out there protesting? I'm just saying. So I think it's time for us, if we're going to make that change, first let's start in our own community. Let's start amongst our own. When you want to protest for some shit, protest for these niggas that's out here shooting at kids and shit. Protest for these motherfuckers that's out here doing stupid gang banging. Protest for a reason that's going to affect your life, that's going to benefit your life. Because, I mean, having them stay here, how does that benefit you? Oh, now they're going to hire you in their Hispanic restaurants. Are they going to let you live in the apartments that are 70% Hispanic without fucking with you and your kids? Are they going to let you walk down streets in Baldwin Park, El Monte, Azusa, Irwindale, Highland Park without shooting at you? Like, what are y'all really protesting for? I want to know. So that's why you have an option to comment below. Before you don't forget to comment, like, follow, and share. And if you'd like to be a guest and talk further about this and elaborate a little bit more, I want to hear why you out there, why you feel like you need to be out there. What is your baby mama Mexican? Is your kid mixed with Mexican? Even if she legal, so why you out there protesting for somebody that's not legal? You affecting her as well. It's affecting her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you guys understand this in the big picture of it all. We're paying for that. We're paying for them to be here. Literally, it comes out of your check. That little, that's $78 they took out of my check. That's going to them, some of it. And if you don't want that anymore, then why are you out there protesting? If you don't want them shooting at you anymore, why are you out there protesting? If you want to have your neighborhood safe again, because, you got MS-13 and 14, 15, 16, or whatever the fuck they got they shit called. It's real. It's real in the field. If you're not really from LA and those places where predominantly Hispanic, it once was predominantly white and black, then you have no clue what I'm talking about. But if you are, then you do. And I want to know why. Why are you guys so offended by this? Do you think you're next? Well, you're not. And so I'm going to have another show further along. Stay tuned, you guys, because I want to talk about that too. Like, do black people think, oh, they're going to send us next back to Africa? I want to talk about that with y'all. All right, is that why you out there protesting because you think you next? Well, you're not. A lot of you are not from Africa. And so I want to have a whole show on that. I've been doing my research. I've been studying, and I want to talk about that. And if you want to come on a show and talk about that with me too, I want you to like, comment, share, or inbox, talk to me about that. And we can have you as a guest either virtually or in studio. But there's been this huge debate is like if black people, if all of us are from Africa, and I don't think we are. I don't think my people is. I'm gonna go deep with y'all. I might offend again. I'm here to keep it real with y'all. It's called Deep for the Week for a reason. I don't think my people are from Africa. None of us have African features. None of us have African hair. Okay. I don't have a perm. I don't have a texturizer. Everybody always me, what's in your hair? Water, gel, hairspray. Okay. And so what do you mix with comes next? Nigga. I'm a nigga. My mama black, my daddy black. But they both from America. We can go back. We got people from Africa in our family tree. We do. And I forgot what tribe they're from. They're from that tribe where they are super tall. Okay. But a majority of us from right here, and we're not African, we're Indian. My grandma was Indian, my great grandma was Indian. So that is a subject of debate right now, and I see it all over social media. And I'm gonna have some guests on, hopefully, to help me elaborate with that. That have done their research and have their proof and all their documents. Because I have a little bit, but probably not enough to convince y'all that all of us are not from Africa. And you got to think about that. So if that, I say that to say, if that's why you guys are protesting because you think you're not indigenous to this land, you are. Some of you are. Some of you were here already. Maybe some of you came from Africa, but I don't think too many. Well, have you ever been to the museum? I went to the museum and I looked at that ship and I looked how they loaded us up, and I just don't think that's realistic. Have you ever been on a boat? Okay. Whether you're on rocky water, either smooth water, lake, or an ocean, and you've gotten a little seasick. And then you had to think, like, how the hell did they come? And then, that ocean that you have to cross to come from Africa is one of the most treacherous oceans on the earth. And they're trying to convince us that that's the way they took to get here. And they brung their cargo, which was us, and 90% of it made it. I don't fucking think so. Because, like, when I went on a boat, I was seasick as hell. Okay, and I was only on it for 2 hours. I can imagine 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3 weeks in the month or so. There's just no way. Pregnant women, so many people would have shitted and threw up to the point where they dehydrated, and they would have died unless they made stops and they stopped on land and they got off for a couple days or some shit. I just don't see it. I totally believe a lot of us were already here when Columbus got here, and then they made us slaves when they found us here. And our own people even sold us to some of the motherfuckers. It's proof of that. But we're going to talk about that more. It's a huge debate. And don't get me wrong, I believe we were on every continent. Except a few. And so that's why you see, like, us resemble every race. We're going to get deep about that. We're going to have pictures. We're going to have documents. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. But I bring that up to say, like, is that why black people are out there protesting for Hispanics? Is because they think they're not from here and they can do the same thing to you and send you back to. And anyways, if they do, they can send you back to Africa. Get the fuck on. Why would you want to stay here? You could pay for a nice. I have a friend from Detroit. I met him in LA, but he's actually from Detroit, and he moved to Africa. And he has an African wife now, and he got a beautiful big mansion off the Cape of fucking ocean and shit. And you know how much he told me it cost him to build that? 20 racks. So like, take me back home if that's where the fuck I'm from. But I don't think that's where I'm from. You know. But if that's what they're trying to say, I'm definitely not gonna take. I'm not gonna be opposed to taking a free trip, get a free citizenship, some shit. You know. But I really want to get deeper with y'all with this. I want to know why. I don't know too many people that like I don't talk to too many people back home anymore because y'all on some different shit and I'm on some different shit. A lot of y'all don't like me, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck. But I want to know why y'all are the way y'all are. You know, there has to be something behind it. So if you have a reason why you're out there protesting, or you feel like I see some of my friends saying, "Oh, immigration is off of," tell like they'll post on Facebook where immigration is or where ICE is, wherever y'all calling them. And first of all, that's illegal. Okay, just want y'all to know. But second of all, I want to know why you feel the need to do that. Who you riding for? Who you riding for? The same motherfuckers that don't even want you in where you from, in your own neighborhoods. Like, come on, you guys. Come on. I just want to know. And again, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. If I was there, I would not be riding for them. I would not. I would not. I got friends like I got again. I got friends mixed with Hispanic. I got friends that are purely Hispanics. I got friends that their moms and their fathers are so Hispanic that to this day they still don't know how to speak English. But I still feel like everything should be done the right way. And that's just how I feel. And that ain't gonna change, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what's going on, regardless of how you guys don't like Trump and this is all wrong. When you get your check this week and it's 1,200, it was supposed to be 1,200, but it's really 800 because that's because you feel this way. And on that note, I want to thank you guys for joining me. And again, I want you guys, if you feel like elaborating or give me your opinion or your reason why you're out there protesting, or you feel that there needs to be a protest, please feel free to comment below or inbox me so that I can have you either, in studio or remotely here on the show. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be from here to New York to California to wherever you are. We can have you here remotely and we can talk further on this. I want to know why you guys are so passionate for fighting someone or a race or a culture that came here and they don't even like you. And they niggas too, for real. Let's be real. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm glad to be back. Clearly, I got a lot to say. So let's talk about it. Again, if you're new to the show, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below. And if you'd like to be on the show, I'd love to have you. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Let's get deep, y'all.